All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Brisbane City Council meeting. If you would please join us for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I have to say, it does seem kind of odd not asking Sherry for the roll call. You want to do it one last time, Sherry?
Yeah. Note for the record that all council members are present except Councilmember O'Connell, who could not join us this evening.
All right. Thank you, Sherry. All right.
Make a CD of the DVD.
All right. Adopt tonight's agenda.
Move adoption.
Okay. Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All righty. Well, we have a proclamation. Someone who has served our city for many, many years, 23 years, has lived in Brisbane for a long time as well before she recently moved, not too long ago. Sherry Spediacci. She's been our city clerk. Well, I'm going to read this proclamation. I mean, I'm a little choked up because I rely so much on Sherry. I mean, I know she's Clay's right-hand person, but, you know, as a council or council members, the city clerk is the person you lean on to get things done, and you really rely on that person. And so let me read this proclamation. Whereas after 23 years of service to the Brisbane City Council, citizens in the City Hall organization, with 19 years as city clerk, Sherry Marie Spediacci has decided to retire from the city and pursue other opportunities. And whereas Sherry first came to the city of Brisbane in 1992, where she began her career as a receptionist at City Hall, after 3 months, she was promoted to provide administrative support to the city manager, who subsequently appointed her as deputy city clerk, and then as city clerk after she obtained her certification as municipal clerk from the International Institute of Municipal Clerks. And whereas for her entire career, Sherry was often the first point of contact for residents and others seeking information at City Hall, and always treated everyone fairly and equally, with kindness and empathy and a helpful attitude. Whenever Sherry spoke with you, she made you feel like you were the most important person in the room, and she gave you the utmost attention. Whereas during her 19 years as city clerk, she served 13 different mayors and council members, and recorded and facilitated approximately 550 council meetings. Jeez. And anyone who's been to some of our council meetings, you know, they don't end, you know, quickly. It's a lot of hours too. I don't know how many hours that is, but it's
A lot.
a ton. Whereas during her years of service, she also successfully administered 15 municipal elections, including city council elections, referendums, initiatives, and advisory measures. And whereas Sherry acted as the city's compliance officer for federal, state, and local statutes, including the Political Reform Act, the Brown Act, and the Public Records Act. And whereas Sherry initiated and oversaw the development of electronic records management and retrieval system, which greatly improved the ability of council members, staff, and residents to access city records and documents. Sherry also reduced costs and improved efficiency of distributing council meeting agendas packets by developing and managing an iPad program for city council members and department heads. And whereas since 2010, Sherry has administered Brisbane's affordable housing program, including first-time homebuyer loans, new project development, and supports the Redevelopment Successor Agency. And whereas the ultimate party planner is, you know, and if anyone who's been to our anniversaries knows that The reason why they've been so great is because of Sherry. She's been responsible for planning and organizing all of the important city events, including groundbreaking ceremonies, ribbon-cutting ceremonies, retirement parties, and city anniversary celebrations. Sherry's professionalism and poise were exemplified at the many official functions she arranged. Now, therefore, be it resolved that after 23 years of dedicated public service, we take this opportunity to express our indebtedness to Sherry Spidiacci for her winsome attitude, kind spirit, and excellence in service to all. Many congratulations, Sherry, on your retirement, and best of luck in your new endeavors. Would any council members like to say something?
Yeah, I would like to, sure, certainly, because I spent 19 of those years in council meetings, so.
You spent them all, huh, Clark?
Not all of them. I retired
Almost all,
before.
that's right.
Yeah, I'm not sure who did the math. You started in 92, that's 24 years, isn't it? Or yeah. So, yeah, wow. I'm really going to miss you, Sherry, because you know how much in the 19 years I've spent on the city council, and I'm sure this is true for all other council members, that you were a go-to person, besides the city manager. But whenever we needed something, I always went to you. You always got it done, and at the height of efficiency, and I always appreciated that about you. It was from day one when I was on the council that, you made my job easier as a council person. I never had to go hunting. All I had to do was come to you. And it didn't necessarily fall in your purview at times, but you took care of it. And I always appreciated that you went above and beyond. So, Ingrid, you got a very large pair of shoes to fill. You're going to wear many hats. I hope that you're ready for that task, because whether you want to wear them or not, you're going to wear them, because we're going to come to you now, and that's just the way it is. So, I'm really going to miss you, Sherry, and and good luck in your new endeavor. And I'm sure it's a great decision for you, putting yourself in a great place, and we'll give you a chance for a rebuttal, I'm sure, after.
Yeah, sure.
So thank you, Sherry.
I remember from one of the first city council meetings that I came to that Sherry was always the one kind of behind the scenes, making sure the air conditioning was adjusted properly, serving the water, making sure everybody had their papers. And I noticed her immediately when I wasn't even on the council, just how efficient and helpful she was. And now that I'm on the council, I can see it from that perspective as well. And it's fitting that someone like Sherry, who's never really wanting to be in the spotlight, is now being featured. So I just want to say thank you as well for all your, your extreme helpfulness to not only the council members, but all the residents in town, and wish you all the best.
Madison?
Okay, I'm going to try not to cry. This will be hard for me. So, my first experience with Sherry, I don't even know how old I was. And you don't know this, because I never told you this. I told my mom, a couple months ago, but I said, I just grew up thinking of Sherry as just, the most beautiful person in City Hall. And she had, this awesome red convertible. And I was just I just want to be Sherry one time. And Clay's daughter, Caitlin, and I would talk about Sherry all the time. And we still talk about Sherry all the time. And she told me, she was like, Madison, you are too late to this party because I already made a deal with Sherry. And when she gets rid of her red convertible, she's going to sell it to me first. So you're going to have to get in line. She doesn't drive that convertible, so I don't know what happened, but I still am in awe of Sherry even now. I think as being a new city council person and being one of the youngest city council people we've had, it's kind of scary sometimes, and I can totally admit that, especially navigating a campaign. There's so many rules and things you need to know, and there's so much pressure. And Sherry was the one person, or one of the couple of people that made me feel really centered in that process. It's probably the most stressful time of my entire life. So to come to City Hall or to give you a call and just have you give me reassurance and say, don't worry, like you're going to be fine. And this is when you need to submit things by. And do you need me to make a copy for you? Like just making a copy for me was something that is going to be a process. And she just thought of all of those things in advance. And whether that was, something that is in your job duties, to me, it just felt like the biggest favor in the world. One time, she offered to help me go to the bank to set up my campaign account because it's really complicated and I didn't know how to do it. And no one would give me a direct answer on how to do that. I needed a special number. And she was like, do you need me to go with you to help you? And I know she would do that for anybody, any candidate. And she goes out of her way to make everyone feel really welcome. And there are things that I don't think of or I'm not prepared with, like maybe a paper that she will email me and she'll give me 3 copies and she'll double check to make sure that I have it. She's still reminding me to take my picture. It's like on my list. So I really, appreciate everything that you do for our city, and I thank you so much for being on this journey with me during my first year and just making me feel really comfortable and answering all my questions and even giving me a call back after hours to just answer questions because you don't want to leave me overnight trying to figure it out on my own. Like, those are the things that really make you remarkable and really show how talented you are as a city clerk. And I even brag to, some of the other council members that I met at League of Cities at other cities, and I was like, we have the best city clerk ever. So I'm really going to miss you, and, don't be surprised if, I call you to ask you even a question after this. So, I hope I will still know you, for many years to come, and I'm really excited for what you're going to do in your future, and we definitely will miss you here, but I know that you will bring that same joy and those same talents to, another city who will probably use you, just as much as we did, and will appreciate you just as much as we did. So thank you so much for all your years of service.
Yeah, that's very nice, Madison.
Thanks.
I just want to say just a couple more words, Sherry. You really are one of those unsung heroes of our town. You were the person that was behind the scenes making everything just so perfect and right. And, when things go according to plan and, people don't think about it. It's like, hey, I showed up at the event, it was great, I leave. But when things go bad, they remember it. And so many times you came in and you did the job and always performed at the highest level, and it's going to be hard for the city to have you go, but as Madison said, you're going on to another place, and it's great that you and Fred are going to be closer together and like it should be. And so we all wish you the best, and please do not be a stranger. And we hope to see both of you at the 55th anniversary. All right, great. So, I do have a resolution from the County Board of Supervisors, and it's up here. And then we also have Sarah, Altigan? Yeah. All right, from Jackie Spears' office. And Sarah, you wanted to say a little something? Sure. Should I stand up? Absolutely. Why don't you come to the podium?
You can use the microphone there, yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me? Oh, great. My name is Sarah Alptigan. I'm from the office of Congresswoman Jackie Spear. She regrets that she couldn't be here. She's flying from D.C. To here right now. But I wanted to just come and thank Sherry for her service. Working in government is not always easy or ever really easy. But 23 years is truly inspiring, and I know your city is very grateful for it, and our district is very grateful for it. And I was going to read the certificate, but everyone said such great stories, and I just want to thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Well, before I give the, I guess I could do it now, or maybe do the pictures now, or. I know that you want to talk too, Clay. Absolutely. So should we do the pictures, or have you talked and do the pictures afterwards? That sounds great. All right, Clay.
All right, come up on here.
You can use the microphone.
Hey, only if you want, Clay.
Do you mind if I just
home.
put my back to you for a second?
That's okay.
I don't normally.
Yeah.
I agree with everything that was said on the council dais. However, if Katie's buying your car, she's on her own, okay? I got nothing to do with that. This is obviously a great moment to celebrate everything that Sherry has done for the city. We've worked together for 18 years. And I think it's been mentioned at the dais. It's one of the things you notice when you come to a city. It's my third or fourth city that I've worked in is sometimes just how seamless things are in certain operations, and how different that is maybe from a previous experience. And that was certainly my experience coming here in the city clerk. Just how dramaless and seamless, and just how everything just kind of got done. And that all speaks to the great job that Sherry does. Working with council members, helping them, especially new ones, through the election process is just extremely important. And the entire time that we've worked together, there's never been any significant issue there. And I really truly appreciate your ability there. A couple weeks ago, when Sherry was talking to me about this decision of hers, I had kind of a mixed feelings. Obviously, I was very happy for her and her opportunity. Very disappointed in the sense that we're not going to be able to work together going forward. But I also had this kind of strong sense that this was the right decision for you. And it's very. I'm sorry, I'm going to get a little emotional here, but it's a moment in time that I think is right, and I just tremendously appreciate the years that we've had to work together. A couple weeks ago, you sent me a very nice note, and I just want you to know I'm not going to share that if you don't mind. I don't mean to hide the ball, but it was something between Sherry and I. But it was whatever we've done here, we've done it together, and I appreciate that. So we're going to miss you. Arinda, fantastic town, and I know you're going to do extremely well there, and good for them, and thank you so much for what you've done for the staff, what you've done for the council, and most importantly, what you've done for the community.
I'm going to say words about you, Sue.
All right, so I'd like to open it up to some members of the public that have had, very strong ties with Sherry over the years, and I know Anya Miller wanted to speak, and so I'll start with you, Anya.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, if I may.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and you should be talking directly to Sherry.
So a few years ago now, the council was positive when people came. Just residents said, we would like to help you with that massive job of the EIR for the Baylands, those thousands of pages, and 28 people volunteered and said, we'll come and help you. And the council agreed and appointed us, and that committee worked for a full year, very intensely. And of course, we needed staff to help. And first, it looked like staff we expected to help wouldn't. So then comes Sherry and says, I volunteer. And she volunteered and did this job for the citizens out of her own free will, and very, very well, and we could not have done it without you at all. It was so complicated, and tried to get all the comments and all we worked so very tightly together, and without Sherry it would have been really, really difficult. But we got it done, and I really, that was kind of a key event that I've had so many other things that Sherry has been good to me about, and as former councilman, you need to have some contact every now and then. But this was just really, I'd like to thank you on behalf of all these people on the Citizens Committee for the EIR. So thank you.
Clara?
I agree with everything that everyone has said, but there's some words that need to be said as well, and that's Sherry has grace, dignity, and integrity. More integrity than anybody I've ever seen. Thank you.
Mm. Anybody else out there like to see if you, Mitch?
Mr. Mayor, council members, Sherry, I started working in Brisbane in 1990 in the public sector, a private sector with Hitachi. And when you started in City Hall, I would be coming over, looking for plans, getting approvals, trying to figure out who to talk to, what to do, usually because we're under pressure from our Japanese managers to get stuff done quickly, which didn't always happen quickly. But you were always there. So I don't know who was city clerk before Sherry. I don't know very many people would know. I know that when you look up municipal city clerk as a definition, her picture's there. There will never be another city clerk like Sherry. Ingrid, you'll do a great job. But you won't be Sherry. So Sherry, thank you for everything you've done. And thank you, and the Chamber of Commerce thanks you, because obviously we've done lots of joint events in this room over the 8 years I've been doing this, and you've been the coordinator. So thank you so much.
Anyone else? All right. Well, we're going to have a little reception over. Sorry, Sherry, you want to come on up and speak?
Right.
Sorry. That's right.
Got a rebuttal.
Yeah, that's right.
You can give your flowers to Fred. Fred.
So, can I turn the podium here?
However you want to do it.
So, this is my last time rearranging the room.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so I just want to thank everybody for being here, and it means so much to me. But first of all, I want to thank the City Council, all of you, from the ones that I've worked with for many, many years to the new council people that I didn't even know the story that you told me, which was very touching. But I have huge admiration for all of you and all of the council people here who have served. I'm not even sure that the public realizes how hard they work and the countless hours that they put into their jobs, how much they care about the city, and for very little things, truly. I mean, that's the thing that I notice, and I could never do that myself. I'm getting paid to do a good job, but they get paid very little to do put in all the hours that they do. So I just want to say thank you and how much I admire all of you for doing what you do, and every other council person who's out there tonight. So, and then secondly, I want to thank the former city manager, Robin Leiter. She's the one who gave me an opportunity 23 years ago. She saw a potential in me, and if it wasn't for her, I would not be here today. She mentored me. She helped me along, and taught me how to be a city clerk, and she couldn't be here tonight because she's traveling. She's retired, and she's having a great time, and I'm happy for her, but I just want her to know that I'm very thankful for that. And so I want to thank our current city manager, Clay Holstein, and I can't think of anybody in this world who's working for a better manager than you. Our whole organization is effective because of your leadership. The camaraderie at City Hall is just amazing. I think why we get so much done and why everybody loves working together is because he's created an atmosphere where there is efficiency, but there's laughter, and there's just, we all work together. And that's not created, that doesn't happen on its own. It happens because somebody creates that kind of atmosphere, and I knew that. One of my hardest decisions, Clay, in making this was leaving working for you. I know that as great as the city manager that I'm going to be working for next is going to be, I've met her, she won't hold the candle to you. So, and hopefully this was not repeated anywhere. So anyways, finally, I just want to express how much I have loved serving the citizens and the council and all the people I work for at City Hall. It's just, I love this job as city clerk. I think one time I was telling somebody that no little girl grows up saying, oh, I just want to be a city clerk someday. But I was meant to do this job. I love it. I love helping people, and I love knowing at the end of the day that even if it was just one person who came in and had a question or needed something, that I could provide that to them, and they didn't walk away thinking about city government being a bureaucracy, that they had to, work through so much red tape. And if I just put a smile on somebody's face, or I just made them feel like, wow, that was easy, I went to bed at the end of the night thinking that my day was worth it, and in this job I got to do that a lot, and that's what I love so much about it. And I'm glad that actually that's where I'm going next, is to do it again for another city. And I'm excited about this new adventure in my life, to spend with the man that I love and a city that I love. And but I will always miss Brisbane, and it will always have my heart. And I'll always visit all my great friends. And so I just want to thank you all for being here. And my family, I'm sorry. My sister, my aunt and uncle, and my nephews, and everybody who came, and I really appreciate that. So well, that's it. Let's go eat.
Sherry, let me give you this proclamation. All right, everyone. We're going to have a little reception over planning department. Conference room. Okay. All right. I'll go over there and give a toast to Sherry.
Where do you put this one?